In today's episode, Laura asks, say you wanted to drive a lot of traffic organically in a white hat way. What would you do first? Where would you guest post or co-market or etc.? It really depends on the quality of traffic you intend to drive. So one of the most important things you need to have in place is, what are you trying to measure? Do you really just want clicks to your website? I mean, the white hat way to do that would be just commission a bot network to hit your site all day, from varying random locations. That will have zero impact on your website for obvious reasons, because there won't be a single human out there, but it would make the traffic numbers go up. That's generally a poor strategy. If you need quality traffic, you have to determine first, what is that traffic worth? What goal do you want them to achieve? How are you going to track it with something like Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager? And then the way to get traffic out of that is to build a program that gets the traffic from where you know it lives to where you need it to go. Modern public relations is, or should be, that. What tends to happen with things like guest posting or co-marketing or PR is that we have a tendency to focus on where we think people are instead of paying attention to where they actually are. One of the things that I like doing in audience analysis is look at where people are spending their time. And you can do this through a variety of tools: Facebook Audience Insights, Google Analytics data from your own Google Analytics data to see where you're already getting traffic from. Using social media research tools like TalkWalker. Where is your audience spending their time? And then from there, do your research. What publications do they share? Where do they leave comments? All those things. And then kick it up a level and say, okay, you know where your audience lives, and you know where you're getting your traffic from, and you know where they spend their time. Now go to a competitor. What's a competing company or event or whatever, and where does their audience spend their time? Where does their audience get their information from? And then go after those publications, those sites, those guest blogs, those podcasts. It's not difficult work to do. It's just, in a lot of cases, laborious work to do. But it's how you figure out where you're going to get your real growth from. So, for example, take my site, or my company's site, trustinsights.ai. Who is in our audience? Well, a lot of it is based on my personal mailing list. Who mentions us, who comments at us, and so on and so forth. Grab their information from, again, social media monitoring tools. What publications did our audience share? Cool. Now we've got a list of places that we should be guest posting or pitching or running marketing programs, or even in an ad system like, for example, StackAdapt or Google Ads or any display network, really. Whose site can we advertise on based on where our audience is, right? So if 2/3 of my audience, I'm going to make this up, but say 2/3 of my audience spends their time reading comicbook.com, right? Is that available in one of the DSPs? Can I advertise there? Because if my audience shares that, that's where they are. And then if we go, say, again, this is purely speculative, but imagine that we see an aspirational competitor like McKinsey or Bain or BCG. Cool. Where is that audience? Pull that data. Where do they spend their time? Now we have that list of sources and domains. Let's go pitch those people. Let's go get articles placed there. Or if they have a podcast, see if there's podcast audio ads available. There are really good audience research tools. I mentioned Facebook Audience Insights. There's tons of audience research tools, research data available to you that lets you reach an audience. If you have some budget, run some surveys, right? Run some surveys and identify where your audience spends their time. Ask them, what podcasts do you listen to? Who are your top 3 social media influencers to follow, and so on and so forth. You can do that. especially if you've got a mailing list. So like my personal mailing list's close to 40,000 people now. I run a survey. I try to run a survey once a quarter to them. Say, where are you spending your time? What captures your interest? What topics do you care about? What are your biggest pain points? And use that information to help triangulate. If you identify, for example, people say like maybe Google Analytics is their biggest challenge. Cool. Now go back and repeat the process. You have what are people saying about Google Analytics on social media? What sites and blogs do they read? Who should you be quoting? Who should you be putting into your publications and name checking in your social media posts to catch their attention, to build the relationship, to set up potential future interactions? There's a really great book. I reference it a lot. It's a little out of date, but still mostly relevant, called Spin Sucks by Ginny Dietrich, who, full disclosure, is an advisor of my company. But one of Ginny's rules is the rule of 10, which is do something, give value to a publication or to an influencer at least 10 times over 10 weeks before reaching out, so that when you do reach out, they know who you are. Right? They've heard your name, they've heard of you, and your pitch will be much more likely to be successful. So that would be my strategy, going after where's your audience spend your time, where's a competitor's audience spend their time, where does the audience of a key topic spend their time. Do that research, do that analysis. It will take a long time. Right? When we do this kind of research for clients, it's typically anywhere from a $20,000 to $80,000 project that takes from 1 to 3 months, depending on how much detail you want to dig into. But in the end, you have an action plan. This is where you need to go. This is what you need to do. This is who you need to talk to in order to generate the kind of results that you're looking for. So that's the solution for driving a lot of traffic. The thing where people go wrong is there's a hidden qualifier on that statement. A lot of people think, how can I drive a lot of traffic for free? You can't. Not high quality traffic. There is no free lunch anymore on the web, on search, in social, in anything. Today on the internet, you get what you pay for. So if you have $0, you have to give tremendous value to other people to make up for the fact that you're not giving them dollars, right? Pile of money. Or if you have the pile of money, buy ads, buy influence, buy sponsored content, whatever the case may be. If you have the money, spend the money. If you don't have the money, you have to create equivalent value. And creating equivalent value for something like a $50,000 ad spend is a lot of work. So just know that there is no free lunch, period, anywhere on the internet. Those days are long gone. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below, of course, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.